Perfect Talkers, what it do? It's your man DJ Playboy, baby. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know what we do around here, man. This week we gotta talk about Bronny James. He suffered a cardiac arrest on the campus of USC, and we're gonna let y'all know all about that. Also, Netflix posts a new AI position, and how much they paying? People are saying that Big Lotto is the first hip-hop artist to hit #1 on the charts, but we got a little speculation about that. And also, Stephen A. Smith let the world know how he feels about Kim K. Or did he? That and much, much more. Perfect Talk, baby. What's good, y'all? It's your man, DJ Playboy, back with another episode of the Perfect Talk podcast. And you know I'm in the building with my dog, my partner, my guy, Spec. What it do, brother?
Yes, sir. How you doing? Doing good.
Happy to be here. Feeling blessed, man.
Yes, sir.
Another day, another dollar. What's been new, man? What's new with me, man? Life's been good. I got back to biking. Remember I told you I might hop on the bike again? Got my mountain bike back out.
Fall off?
Nah, no falls. No falls. I was nervous that the slime, I didn't know if it was gonna work or not because the first time I had to fix a flat tire.
Flat tire, okay.
Yeah, so I was nervous if the slime was gonna work or not, but it came through. It came through. Back to business. It
held up. No additional flat tires.
Nah, no additional flat tires. We moving good. Everything is good, and it's just good to get the exercise. Good to be out there. One thing that's funny about the biking is I would not. You know, I mean, you rode. When was the last time you rode a bike? Childhood?
I rode a bike maybe about a year ago.
Okay.
I bought a bike, then I broke it, and so I bought a bike like 2 years ago, and then I was trying to fix it, and I broke it.
You bought it broken?
No, I brought it.
You bought it, then broke it.
So, long story short, I brought a bike.
Uh-huh.
Then Thalia brought one of those stationary bike things, so you could put your bike and have it like
in the
be
crib,
a stationary bike.
Yeah.
And in setting that up, I fucked it up.
Ah.
And so the bike is no mas.
Got you. But did you get to ride it at all? Did you get to
I got to ride it around a little bit.
That feeling of for me, like they call it bombing hills, when you just go down a hill. Mm-hmm. Just like I haven't felt like that since I was a kid. Okay. And I'm like, if I didn't get on a bike at I'm 39 now. If I didn't get on a bike at 37, I would have never probably felt that feeling again of just like you feel like you're flying. You feel like, you know what I mean, like you just back to childhood again, like, you know. But I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's on some real like one of them things you just take for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not tangible. You can't hold it. But it's just like really just one of them great feelings that I'm thinking in my head, like, how many childhood experiences have I not had since, you know, being a kid that probably, you know what I'm saying, would benefit me now. It's just like, you know, just good vibes, good energy.
Prior to buying that bike, I probably hadn't ridden a bike in over a decade. Okay. Probably even longer than that.
Okay. Yeah, the cool thing with the bikes, too, is now I want to get they call them e-bikes. I want to get an e-bike. And it's a particular brand. I want to say Super 73 is the name of it. It's like the top of the line ones. They call them I think dirt bike style e-bikes.
Yeah, shit's a danger.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know why. Like I got the bug now. Like I wanted an e-bike for like maybe like a year and a half now.
I'll just caution you. Make sure like when you do your research and make sure it falls under the category of whether or not you have to register it with the state
or get a license, right?
No, you don't have to get a license, but you would have to at least have it registered.
Okay. Is that because of the speed, right?
If it goes over 25 miles an hour, it needs to be registered.
Got you. Yeah. Now I was doing some research on it. I know they got different classes, so I don't know if you could set it up to be class A, class B, class C, and I don't know once you go to different speed, they go different speeds depending on the class that you go. So yeah. Now definitely gonna do my research into it, and just, you know, like all the proper stuff too, like the helmets and all that, because like it's too easy.
We see a lot of accidents with them things in the city.
Actually, you know why I really want to get an expensive one? Not to stunt or just you be hearing about mad fires. Like I heard a lot of fires in the city happen because
it's the batteries.
Yeah, there's the battery. Exactly, they cheap batteries, and then people leaving them places that like they blow up, and then something catches on fire, and now you know what I mean. Now you got something going on in your crib, so that's another reason why you go cheap. You know what I mean? You get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? So definitely want to make sure I get some quality ones. What else? I'm trying to think. What else have I been up to? Kid was on vacation, so that was cool. Like chill experience. Was able to get back to like the sleep balance. I think I wake up year round early with my kid. You know what I mean? Because when your kid's not in school, they in camp or you know whatever summer program you got them in. So year round, waking up early, so it was a nice experience. Just be able to sleep in a little bit. But now,
what's sleeping in?
For me, 7, 8 is sleeping in. Because I usually got to be up. With her, I got to be up 6. Have to be up at 6. But I like to wake up and do this, like editing.
Right.
There's always something that got to be done with the podcast, so I like to wake up a little early and either get my workout knocked out or knock out something in this regard. So I'm getting up at like 4:30 some mornings. Okay. You know what I mean? Now I still do like want to get up early, but now I guess I got to make more of an effort to go to bed because we 39 now. I do want to start taking sleep a little bit more serious. I think I've been taking it for granted. You know what I mean? Like, just like, we young, we having fun, DJ lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I'm 39 now, you know what I mean? Nah, not that that's old, but I feel like if you're going to make the changes to enjoy the rest of your life, like, do it while you still got the energy to do it, you know what I mean? So, that's really what I'm on nowadays. It's
that's
like,
a tough one, man.
Yeah, because there's not enough hours in a day. It don't feel like there is. You know what I was thinking, too? And I got to do my research into it, naps. Maybe popping in like an hour nap. If you got it, you know, that type of freedom in the day. Nah?
I wish I... Yeah, it's hard because I be tired enough to take a nap.
Yeah.
But shutting my brain down in the middle of the day to take a nap, that's the difficult part.
My mind wanders, because the mind wanders. Like,
I'm thinking about all the shit that I got to do.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to fall asleep in those situations.
I'm not a big napper at all, but I'll say in the last year, I've probably taken more naps than ever. You know what I mean? Or in recent years. And what I will say is, like, yeah, it's not me saying, yo, go to sleep. It's my body like, yo, we need to go to sleep. So that's when it's effortless. But I think to your point, to say that, yo, I'm at 3 o'clock, I'm just going to lay down for an hour and like turn my brain off. I think I can do it just because I meditate.
I can lay down and close my eyes. It's so that I can get rest, but there's a difference between, you know, the REM sleep and I'm not going to fall into a deep sleep, but I can, you know, calm and close my eyes and get rest in that sense. Like similar to like a meditation type state. Gotcha. But that's different than getting that REM sleep.
Yeah. But I guess my question would be, is it beneficial? If even just that rest.
Oh yeah. That you know, just closing your eyes and you know that helps. It's
gotta be better than nothing or lack of
sleep. It's not as good as the REM, but it's way better than had I not done anything.
Now, because I'm looking into a lot of just that type of stuff now, even diet, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even on some to lose weight or you know, like people say, or to bulk up. Not, you know, that's how I thought of diets in the past. And now it's more so on like a level of like, do I still want to be putting this food in my body? Or is this food? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? What is it? What exactly is? I don't know. Just putting like different levels of thought with it. So just really trying to figure out that balance as we go. I went to the doctor like 2 weeks ago, and it was like all good checkup. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm used to. So I want to keep the trend going. You know what I mean? So
I want to try and incorporate yoga into my routine somehow
for flexibility or like a mindfulness aspect.
No, just yoga. It's a workout. Yeah. So just for that piece, and I mean, I hear it's good for you. I've never done it, so
that's the other thing too. Is I was talking to shout out to my girl.
And Carlee is like she's trying to get into it, so it'll be something cool
to do
for us both to do.
Yeah. I was talking to my girl. We were setting up because now we got the 2 mics, so we were doing the mic check, and we were just talking, and I was like, matter of factly, yo, a couple of days gonna be August. And just, you know, it's 8/23, right? That's the month is the 8th. August is the 8th month of the year. Okay. And I'm just like, oh, it's the 8th month of the year. Like, it just felt like New Year's. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like, gee, like behind, there's a guitar back there that I've been wanting to play since New Year's that I ain't touched. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on this podcast saying I was going to touch it. And it's just like, oh, damn, the year flying by. It's time to, like, really, stuff I set out to do, like, do it. You know what I mean? Cause,
yeah. I heard a statement the other day, like when you're young, time seems so slow, but as you get older, time is just flying.
And like me and my girl, we got like a age difference. She's younger than me, and I was telling her the other day, I was like, yo, sometimes I wonder if I be like, not uptight, but I'll be like persistent about things. Or I'll be like, it gotta happen now. Like we don't got time to procrastinate on it. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that's because I'm older and I feel like the countdown. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, we ain't got time to play around. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just like you said, it don't feel like 24 hours was what it was when I was able to get 2,000 things done in a day, and now it's like the energy gonna run out at a certain point. And you're just gonna crash, man. What else been going on? There's a lot of new albums that dropped. I haven't had a chance to check out. I know Travis Scott dropped recently. I think this past weekend. Nas dropped like 2 weeks ago. I've been sleeping on that one too. The Magic 2.
I listened to it one full time.
Yeah, how was it?
I thought it was cool. You know, I mean, it had the same type of vibe that his last 2 or 3 albums. Like he's been dropping mad music.
He has been dropping a lot of music. Yeah.
Is
it all with Hit Boy?
Yeah, the last 2 years, like this is at least because there was King's Disease.
Yeah.
Then there was King's Disease 2. I don't know. I don't think there was a third one, right?
Yeah,
there was a King's Disease 3.
I could be wrong, but I think there was. Yeah.
So this must be his 4th album in 2 years. So he's just cranking out music right now.
Yeah, I think there is.
He found his groove with Hit Boy.
King's Disease 3.
Okay.
And then and this is called Magic 2. Yeah. So there's no Magic 1 though, right?
There can't be. No.
Yeah. I gotta listen. The fact that Nas is putting there's a Magic. It came out in 2021. He's making that. I do remember that album because I remember this on Meet Joe Black.
Really?
Yeah. That's a cover.
That's crazy.
I remember the song Meet Joe Black. I remember Ugly. I remember the song with A$AP Rocky.
Yo, the last few years he just put
out so much music. So it's like when Wayne was putting out mixtapes, like crazy like that. Even like people, I don't even know if people really could appreciate it in the moment.
I wonder if like all the these 4 albums that he did in the last 2.5 years, if it was just like he locked in for 2 months and then him and Hit Boy now we're just releasing it, or if he's just still doing all of this.
They're shorter albums than what we were putting out back in the day.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
30-minute albums,
15 tracks on the album. That's a whole lot nowadays.
But to your point, it does. It makes you wonder. I think it's just Nas has other business ventures that he's very successful in, so he's not making music to survive.
Oh, of course not. He wants to
feeding the itch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I respect it. I don't even listen to albums the same way I used to. Remember, like we would buy an album and like listen to it front to back. I can't listen to albums like that no more.
Yeah, I still do that.
Now, I want to, but I just can't. I was like, I tried it with Uzi. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
But I listened to a lot of Uzi albums before, and I feel like I don't know. I'm like, does Uzi make you listen to the bullshit before you get to the dope shit to see if you're a real fan? Because I'm listening to the album and I'm like, whoa, what is this? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't hitting, but then when I play it on shuffle, every song that come on I like. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe the sequencing of it or maybe just the first couple songs I just wasn't feeling.
The sequencing of an album matters without a doubt.
100%.
Certainly, because to your point, like that's happened to me before. It's like to just listen to it from front to back sometimes, depending on the shit. It's just like it may be tough, but when you listen to it on shuffle, it's far more better.
Wasn't that like I don't have Spotify? Well, I do have Spotify, but I'm not the paid one. But like, wasn't that the thing with Spotify a couple years ago where they were like you'd get an album on Spotify, but it'd be in shuffle mode or something like that, or it wouldn't play it in the exact sequencing?
I don't know. I've never had an issue like that.
You always were able to listen to it front to back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm confusing it with something else. But I remember it might have been Adele or something.
I mean, I know like if it's not the paid, so if it's not the paid version, you can't listen to the album front to back. They'll
shuffle it with other music.
Yeah, they'll shuffle it with other music.
Nah, I felt like Adele, like an artist that came out at one point and was like petitioning, like, yo, play our albums, you know what I'm saying, in full or whatever. But I could be, we do so many episodes here, bro. I'll be conflating.
Could it be for radio?
I can't remember. Let me see.
Cause I know radio historically they don't play the third verse or whatnot.
Funkmaster Flex cutting your joint off. Let me see. I think it was Adele and Spotify. Yeah, okay. So it was Adele asks Spotify to remove shuffle from albums.
Why?
Her point was, this is the only request I ever had in our ever-changing industry. We don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing for no reason. Our art tells a story, and our story should be listened to as we attend it.
What the fuck? Come on, though.
I would think so.
As the consumer, I get to choose how I want to consume your music.
That's how I feel, yeah. Especially if it's not made in a way that I like it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was apparently an issue at one point or another. But Now there's some other. I got to give Travis Scott a listen. I got to give Nas a listen. I heard the new Cardi B and Offset single this weekend too, so I got some listens too.
I feel like she's gonna come out with an album soon because she has mad singles out.
It's been like 5 years, right? Since
I mean,
maybe longer.
A long ass time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
to like considering how big she is, it's like still popping, no bro. Album.
When did the album come out? Cardi B. 2017. 6 years, bro.
That is crazy. Hey, shout outs to Cardi.
Yeah, she doing it, man. But let's get right into it, Spec. It's time for the Plicca Spotlight story. Sometimes it's the biggest story of the week. Sometimes it's not, but this one definitely rang bells. Like Sunday at 12 o'clock, man. Bronny James had himself a cardiac arrest on the campus of USC. If you're not familiar with who Bronny James is, that's LeBron James' son. He is going to be a freshman at USC, if I'm not mistaken, this upcoming year. And, very obviously top talent, not only because of his abilities, but because of who his father is. So there's a lot of media attention on him and something like that. And then when you hear something like cardiac arrest for anybody 18 years old, that's just like crazy. Scary. You know what I mean? We saw that he was rushed. Shout out to USC. They were very diligent in the handling of their the incident, probably because they actually had something like this happen a year ago to another player.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and he was out for 6 names. I want to make sure I get his name right. Vince Wichiku. Vincent Wichiku. He returned to court 6 months after his cardiac arrest. So
when I heard that, I'm like, what the hell is Coach doing? He's running these niggas too hard.
Now, if I know correctly, they were only reason they're practicing this early is because they go overseas and they do like a tour. Yeah. You know what I mean? To definitely build awareness for the basketball team at USC. And just I remember UCLA had went that one year, and Lonzo Ball's brother.
No, it's not Duke. It's UCLA.
Yeah, remember Lonzo Ball's brother got the sunglasses. It's in China, so yeah, they were definitely. The USC was gearing up for an overseas trip. But yeah, just to hear something about an 18-year-old cardiac arrest is crazy. Like, he was in the intensive care unit for a little bit too, right?
Yeah, a couple days.
It was a couple days? No, a couple hours.
Yeah, a couple hours.
And then they got him out.
He was in the hospital
for a few days. Yeah. Seen LeBron tweeting out, saw a video of him playing the piano, just while he's recovering, with around his family around him. So shout out to Bronny. But it's that was weird. Like, usually I'm the one who kind of like sends I won't say I'm the one, but we all kind of send headlines when we come across certain news stories that like, oh wow, the group might be like, yo, this is serious. And like, I didn't even want to send that one out, you know what I mean, about what happened to Bronny James. It's like, damn, like, I mean, first of all, make sure it's real. You know what I mean? Make sure it's ain't no fake headline. And then two, like, we rooting for Bronny James, whether we say it or not, you know what I mean? Because it's just something that we want to see the story happen. We want to see it make sense. And then, obviously, like I said before, any 18-year-old dealing with that is something of concern. Now, we're not trying to get demonetized. We not RFK over here. You know what I'm saying? We don't even want to use the word. We'll say maxing out. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people came to the conclusion that this might have happened because of young athletes maxing out because they have to do that. That's part of the protocol for them to be on their team and to get the vaccine. And obviously the deniers are gonna come out of the woodwork or something like this happens. They did it when Damar Hamlin. They did it when Jamie Foxx, went down. And obviously they're gonna come out and say something like that with Bronny James. But I don't want to feed into that if it is the vaccine or not. But as someone who doesn't consider themselves a vaccine denier, it's a little suspicious at what's happening nowadays in terms of just young people having some issues in terms of strokes, cardiac arrest, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
This type of stuff was happening before them.
I'm pretty sure it was, but now it gives us. It's like 9/11. You know what I mean? It's like the COVID vaccine. The quarter gives us like a checkpoint to say, oh, since this, everything's. You know what I mean? It's kind of like remember. Like, I look at life like it kind of is the way I will. The age you were when it happened, but I look at life like before or after 9/11. Like the world before 9. TV looked different. cars were shaped different. You know what I'm saying? And it's like post 9/11, everything's HD, everything's clear. You know what I'm saying?
Pre-COVID and post-COVID.
Yeah, But to your point, the stuff was happening. It's like people obviously have cardiac arrest. If we worked in the medical field, I'm sure we'd hear of this more often. But I guess how was your opinion, or how'd you feel when the news first hit you about Bronny James?
I was just, I mean, it sucks. I mean, young kid, and then you immediately go to the thought, well, damn, is he gonna be able to play basketball again? Because that's a serious issue. I mean, cardiac arrest. It's not the same situation as like what happened with Damar Hamlin.
Why is that?
Because his situation was caused by blunt force trauma to the chest.
Okay.
Like, so his situation is like 1 out of a billion because he got hit at the perfect time to catch, with his heart rhythm. Whereas Bronny James, this is the equivalent of like a non-contact injury, which is usually brought on by some type of pre-existing condition. Whether they knew about it or not, they may know about it now. And so there may be something else going on that sparked this. And, so hopefully, everything ends up being good with him. He's able to make a recovery. They did say, I mean, even with these type of injuries, some people can come back to play. So hopefully that's the case.
His teammate, who I just mentioned, was out for 6 months. But at the time, they were like, he never played basketball again.
Oh, they did say that?
Yeah, they did say that. But they said they didn't apologize. Said they came out prematurely and said that in the case of Vince. But
because I've heard instances of like kids when they would try and come back, they'd come back, and then it happened the second time, and the second time they weren't able to make it out.
Oh, really? So, oh, man. I guess the other conspiracy corner is like, it's college athletes, a lot of pressure on them. We just hope he's not putting anything in his body that, could cause something like this because of the pressures that are on him, you know what I mean? But that's also, the internet's full of conspiracies. And
it's I wouldn't even call it a conspiracy, it's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it does happen, every day. But no, we wishing the best for Bronny James, and we rooting for you, and we want to see you recover. Whether you make it to play basketball ever again, we want to see you live. We want to see you live to your full. Your dad's a billionaire, you know what I mean? You got the world at your fingertips. You know what I mean? Enjoy life, live it up. You know what I mean? And definitely thoughts and prayers on your road to recovery. Bronny James. Respect. Right now, let's get into your segment, man. Put some respect on my name.
Yes, sir.
My name, come up, respect. Yeah.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my name.
That's when Spec lets us know if he has respect or speculation, just for certain news headlines and things of that nature. So I seen this one. And I had a little speculation. I'll tell you from the jump. But I got to see your opinion on it. Latto becomes the first rapper to score #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 this year. With a song called 7 that she did with BTS star Jungkook. So I think it's cheating when you take the biggest band in the world, BTS, right? That's the K-pop band, and make a song with somebody. I don't know if we can say this is the first rapper to score the #1, you know what I mean? But if it's your song, it's your song. Also going to say...
isn't she? I mean, because we talked about this a few weeks ago. I mean, rap hasn't had that...
A #1 single, yeah. What I want to do, and I'm going to say this, we're going to listen to the song live, and then we react to it and see if we consider it the first...
I've never heard it.
I never heard it either, so let's check it out.
So K-pop, that means like they're from Asia?
Korea.
Korea, okay. Yeah. Oh, that K. All right, got it. So K-pop is a big thing in the U.S. now?
Oh, yeah. Worldwide.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't even think BTS is a group. I think they broke up. But they were like the biggest thing out. And then they came out and like all these other groups, the copycat groups behind them. Dude, this ain't his first language. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure if you interviewed him, he ain't talking it this smooth.
I believe that. It's on some Idris Elba shit.
100%. Yeah, we got the gist, right? Alright, Spec. So we just listened to 7 by Jungkook of BTS and Lotto. I'll let you go first. What was your initial reaction?
I mean, so you know what I'm saying? It sounds like a, you know, cool pop song. It's definitely not Lotto's song.
Nah, it doesn't feel like it at all.
That's BTS song featuring Lotto. Yeah, I mean,
so like, yeah, so I feel like that's like a caveat to be like, oh, now we got a hip hop star at the. No, it's not a hip hop song though. Like, I'm not saying take no for Lotto. I love Lotto. I think she actually is a spitter. But if that song like she has with Cardi B is gonna put it on the floor, like if that was the song that reached #1, I'd be like, yeah, rap got to #1. But putting a rapper on a pop song isn't rap hitting number. To me,
oh no, that's not.
We haven't had a rap single hit #1.
No, that don't count.
Yeah,
that don't count.
That headline will make you think though. It got like, so,
that don't count.
So respect or speculation. You got speculation.
Definitely speculation. That don't count. That's a pop song.
But it's a dope song.
It's a cool song.
And being the biggest band in the world in BTS, him being a member that he could have picked any rapper to be on it. You know what I'm saying? So
I wonder why they chose Lotto.
I think she's a pretty big deal.
No, I like her.
And she got skills.
I don't know how big of a deal but I like her. I mean, she's pretty.
Think she's on.
She can spit, so she has my vote.
I think popularity-wise, she's not on Nicki and Cardi. Nicki and Cardi are the top tiers. And then Ice Spice might have a little bit more of a buzz. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she's
the hot newcomer.
Yeah, exactly. And Lotto maybe was out before her. But she's kind of, Ice Spice got a little bit more of a buzz. I don't think she's that far behind Ice Spice in terms of where she's at. And in terms of skills, I think she could hold her own with.
No, Lotto spit.
Yeah. So
I like Lotto.
So definitely, I see why they chose her for it. But in my book, and it sounds like in your book, hip-hop still needs a #1 record on the Billboard.
For sure.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't even give a fuck. Like, why do we let Billboard determine, like, what's hot? I don't even know the criteria.
Nobody knows the criteria, but at the end of the day, I guess it still matters. So
yeah, I mean, it's like the Grammys. Everyone hates on it till they get one, and they like inviting their mama to come with them on stage. So yeah, we'll see what it is. But respect or speculation. Where we at here? Olivia Dunn says she cannot attend classes at LSU anymore. If you're not familiar, Olivia Dunn is the gymnast who goes to LSU, and said due to safety concerns, she does not attend classes, on site. She has a super big social media following. She's the second highest paid college athlete behind Bronny James. So she's a top female.
Oh, wow. He get paid like, I guess.
Yeah, because I've seen Bronny in like Nike commercials and video games commercials.
Yeah, that is true.
A couple of days. And then he's just probably getting paid just off straight. But she's a pretty big deal. Like, she's got a ton of sponsorships. Her social media is just off the chain. She's a gymnast, so even if she was to just take pictures of herself in her uniform,
it's gonna be a buzz.
Yeah, because she's hot, but she also knows she's hot, so she's taking
risque photos.
I won't even say that. Like, I assumed she had an OnlyFans. I haven't been able to find one. I've heard that she does that. I follow her on social media, and I didn't see anything like that. But she's able to still get that buzz without trying to have. She doesn't even need OnlyFans. She's making. What's the number I see? She's making, I think, like $3 million a year.
Okay.
Which is like, how are you going to class, mate? I'm not going to class at all. We're talking about on site.
Man, if I was making $3 million,
$3 million a year, bro,
I wouldn't be going to class.
You're not even out of school yet. That's crazy. And then we were sitting here the other day. I think last time we recorded, and we seen the Angel Reese Amazon commercial. I forgot the young lady that's in it with her. But they both went to LSU, right? If I'm not mistaken. And I respected it. It was not the first time. I know NIL deals have been, so it's not the first time I've seen someone that's not a professional in a commercial, but it was one of the, I don't know, it was like in my face.
No, it felt different.
Yeah, it was, because I hear a lot about these people that, college athletes that have crazy deals, crazy followings. I know there's these two twins that I think they play ball in Florida, basketball, but they're like pretty. So, like, they got a crazy following as well.
Oh, I know who they are.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. But I never seen them in a commercial. Like, if I saw them in an Amazon commercial, I might even, if I saw them on the street, just think they're two, like, social media influencers, not even know that those are the young ladies that play basketball. So, I guess, respect or speculation, how do you feel about these NIL deals? Like, do you think that, I mean, Shorty can't even go to class. There's such a stir just for when she's showing up to, like, actual gymnast events that they have to have extra security for her and the team. They gotta have. It's just super fans. You know, like some dudes got nothing better to do other than just go there and scream. And there's also 18-year-old boys. So what else?
Raging hormones.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you have that. You got, like I said, a Bronny James who's making a ton of money. Do you think that we're heading in a good direction with that, or do you think that could cause some issues?
Well, you see, we were complaining about kids not being able to, and so you got to take the good with the bad. I'm all for it. I think long term it will encourage kids to stay in college longer.
I think so. Yeah.
Because it maybe not so much like, well, yes, it will encourage most kids to stay in college longer. Like if you're like the top star, you'll probably still come out after one and done. If you're talking about the NBA where you know you're going to get a massive contract. But like, for instance, like the college girls for basketball, they're getting more money in college than they'll make if they went out into the league.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about
that. So there's no incentive for them, like Angel Reese, to come out of college and go into the
she's talented enough too.
No, if she came out, she would go into the league.
But she's making that much money now that it's like, why not get the degree?
The way the WNBA contracts is structured, the most money you can make is $200,000 a year.
From your contract, but if you have,
from your contract, yes,
outside shit, you're making money.
But I mean, so
to her, I see the benefit of staying in college.
These kids are still making more money in college, so it benefit. I think it's
got more money for that Amazon commercial, probably.
Yeah, for sure. So I think ultimately it'll keep kids in college longer. That's my thought.
I didn't even think about that. And then also it's easy, like in a case of an Olivia Dunn, which I think is an extreme. Now, you know, I'm sure there's...
everybody's not going to be like that.
Exactly. But I'm sure there's tiers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she has 4 million followers...
I wonder how she got... So, like, what... It can't just be, oh, I'm a gymnast. Like
it's social media, she's savvy. You guys, it's a combination. Like, she got the looks, but then there's also, like, a team. Like, I think her sister...
Yeah, there has to be something, because it just doesn't happen from, nothing.
She also doesn't have enough time to plan out content like that, so... You know what I'm saying? But I think
there's a machine behind her.
Yeah. She said her sister runs a lot of her social media, and like, because that's necessary. It's like I can come up with ideas all day, but there's only one me, and she also has to be. If she stops performing at the level of a top tier athlete, no one's gonna care about her. Well, I won't say no one, but the majority of attention.
That's when you go to all these fans.
But also to the point of the safety issue, she's not the first. Before there were these NIL deals, I'm sure there were super fans of players on campus. You know what I'm saying? If they knew a dude was going to the league or stuff like that, like there'd be people that would wear, like, have people's names on there, like written on them. You know what I'm saying? Just so it's not anything new. It's just now she's being compensated for having to deal with that bullshit. So
right,
I got respect for it as well. Respect or speculation? Netflix posted a job for $900,000 a year for an AI specialist. With the writer strike and the actor strike both going on right now, Netflix put an offer out there to see if anybody.
But I think a lot, like I know Apple's doing that. A lot
Disney
of these companies,
and Sony have also offered 6-figure salaries for AI specialists.
Apple did, all these companies. That's gonna be the next thing. They're gonna say fuck y'all. Like that's real talk. It sucks, but
I don't want to watch an AI show right now.
You say that, but you may not even know that it's an AI show.
That's true.
Like we don't know the writers. We don't ever see the writers. Yeah. We just watch the show.
How are they gonna do it without actors?
No. The actors are gonna. So the AI piece is the writers.
The writing, right?
Like the writing content. That's what they're using the AI for. So no longer are you gonna have 10 writers sitting in the room. Hey, so here's the plot. Let's, you just, hey, give me a fucking plot for this action movie, and it's going to spit it out.
If I understand, though, the actors' end of it, because the writers are concerned about that as well.
No, the actor still has to act.
No. So, like, Bruce Willis, he's suffering from a brain injury.
I hear what you're saying.
He sold the rights to his image.
Oh, okay.
So they don't need him to show up on set. So what I think part of the reason the actors are striking right now is because you're a new actor in the game. I might hand you a contract that says, yeah, we'll pay you $300,000 for this role, but now we own.
Yeah, no, you better tighten up your contract.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
that's
what the actors are fighting for. One, and it's also the compensation end is because the revenue model switched from ads to now we're on this streaming platform, and now we haven't adjusted.
Yeah.
With if I wrote Married with Children, I'm a writer. Married with Children is on Fox and then gets sold to the CW. I get a piece of that off of syndication, but that's not happening in streaming. You get a one-time fee that, and then either your shit's gonna sit on Netflix forever because Netflix owns it, or if they sell it, they don't have to pay you anything. So yeah. But the AI part of it, why I think they want those AI specialists is for both sides, the writing, but they also need some motherfuckers that could be like, yo, if we give you a voice and a image. Can you put them in a room together and have them do dialogue?
Well, that we seen like with deep fakes, you can do all of that stuff. So actors, they're gonna have to step up their contract game to where obviously you can't do that. Hey, we're gonna have to adjust with the times. But yeah, I mean, I do think I agree with the strike. We have to. There's too much money in the game. Pay these people.
Yeah. That's the messed up part. There is mad money in the game. And it's, as I'm getting older, you know what I'm saying, and I'm 39 years old, I won't say that this has been something that I've known forever. Like, I was under the assumption if you're on TV, even if you're on the radio, you're probably well off. It's not true at all. You know what I'm saying? The top tier of actors are paid, but a lot of actors have to work real jobs just to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? And then we're not even thinking about the crew. You know what I'm saying? And the people that have to be there to clean up and to feed you and all that other stuff too.
There's a lot of low hanging fruit. Like, when you look at it. So.
And to not want to even come to the table and have a negotiation is a slap in the face. So, respect or speculation. Beyonce's mama, Tina Knowles, filed for divorce from actor Richard Lawson after 8 years of marriage. This is not a podcast.
Oh, so that's not her pops, right? That she got remarried?
Yeah, she got remarried after Matthew Knowles. Yeah, so this is a second divorce.
Okay.
Second divorce. But we're not here to talk about Beyonce's mama. That's not what we do in this podcast. But that headline did make me think of something. So, like, she is, how old is Beyonce's mama? I think 69 years old. So we'll say 70. Would you get married again? After twice, like, it not happening?
Not me personally, but some people are like that.
Serial monogamous?
Yeah, I mean, they're hopeless romantics. They believe in love. Not that you don't, but, they believe in that stuff. That's just the natural, you marry, and that's crazy, but that's just, some people believe that.
I wonder how many people get married just because it's what they think they should be doing.
A lot.
I think it's...
That's why I used to have so many people getting divorced.
Yeah. I
got married for all the wrong reasons.
And it's like, why? Because it's not necessary. It's really not, you know what I'm saying?
Supposed to do. That's what was instilled in our society for a very long time. And I feel like it's not until maybe our generation that we started to, you don't got to be married. If it doesn't work for you, don't get married.
Yeah.
Whereas our parents' generation and generations prior to that, that was the model. You go to school, you get a job, you get married, then you have a baby. Then, that traditional way.
And then for someone like Tina Knowles, obviously, she probably set it up that, prenup, right? That type of thing. Protect herself in the case of a divorce. But you do have regular people who don't. And, I'm like, second marriage, bro, give it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know if I would. I could have seen it twice. I could see if one didn't work, and then you're like, all right, let me try again. But after two, I'm like, maybe it's me. You know what I'm saying? Let me just chill, do my dating thing. But no, to some people, yeah, you're right. Dating doesn't feel serious enough, or it just doesn't feel like it's covering all the bases that they wanted to cover. So, real quick, man, respect or speculation. What you know about the permafrost? You know what that is?
In the ground?
I think it's in the ice, in the the glaciers, and basically a roundworm, a couple roundworms were unfrozen and revived, and They reproduced. These are parasitic microorganisms that are 46,000 years old from the Siberian permafrost.
Oh, wow. I think I heard about something like that.
They remained alive by entering a state called cryptobiosis, where they reduced their metabolism to extremely low levels to withstand extreme conditions. Pretty much, they were frozen in time.
I heard about this, yes.
Why the hell were you reviving these shits? Like, respectful speculation, man. You think we might be unlocking some shit we ain't supposed to unlock? Or, it's just going to be great for research. Because the theory behind it is, if these were trapped in the permafrost,
what else is?
There might be some diseases and all types of shit in there that's going to come out because they are melting, due to global warming. But, you know what I mean? Well, are we knocking on doors we might not want answered?
Well, they're gonna be answered at some point. So we're just doing the research before it all happens.
And that's
why scientists be screaming about global warming, this and that. I mean, hey, obviously we can listen or we can not listen, but we're gonna find out.
Scientists said we can say they're alive because they move. They eat bacteria on the culture plates and they reproduce. They have a complex to have a complex and multicellular organism that can shut down and go into the state of suspended animation for all intents and purposes appear dead. That's mind-boggling. I remember I saw this headline and I was like, why? we ain't gotta knock on every door, man. But now I want to get your thoughts on that spec. Cause it's a scary thing and it's something to be concerned about. But moving on to something else that might be scary. It's my favorite segment. It's called Have You Heard? I'm bringing them headlines to the table and I'll see if my guy Spec has heard. We spoke about this last week. Carlee Russell. She went missing. She reappeared. She had a wild story. She had a lot of people looking at her with the people's eyebrow. What's going on here? And she just came out and said, "Yeah, it was a hoax." Everybody's like, "We know, we know." You know what I'm saying? But got herself arrested.
Yep.
That first couple of days, there people were like, "Well, what's gonna happen?" We obviously see that this doesn't seem like it really happened. She was arrested on Friday, charged with 2 misdemeanors for making false statements to police.
She's smiling on her mugshot photo.
You seen that picture, bro?
She crazy.
What is wrong with this girl?
She crazy. That's what's that.
Looking like it's like a school. I was like, is this a school
That's
picture?
That's what I thought at first. I'm like, but no, I think that's a mugshot.
Because of the shadow. The only reason I knew it was because of the shadow. I'm like, no good photographer gonna have that shadow. Yo, that is nuts. Like she.
But I said, oh, this chick crazy when I didn't know. For some reason, I thought she was maybe like 17, 18 years old.
Like
I didn't know her age at all until I heard when she got arrested on yesterday. Yeah. She's 25 years old, which tells me, because a 25-year-old would not do something like that, what she did. So there has to, no, what I'm saying, what I meant to say is at 25, you already know the complexity of what it is that you're about to do. And unless there's something else going on, you probably would not do something like that.
Yeah.
And so I do think and not to say she's still living at home with the parents, and not to say that means anything. But when I continue to just look at the story, there's just too many things. There's something wrong with her.
Did she come out and ever say why she did all? Like, it was because I know there's a boyfriend involved. But I don't know if it was because of him.
There's a boyfriend involved?
Yeah, because he came out and he was asking people to stop picking on her on social media, which is pointless. But, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard her come out with any full reason of why she did it. But why it's fucked up, because there are missing people. There are families out there who have missing people. And the fact that you got this attention on some bullshit is ridiculous. I definitely think there should be. I mean, people asking for harsher. They're like, these are misdemeanors. It should be harsher consequences. It's
I'm
wild.
glad they arrested her, though.
Yeah, you got to make an example.
The same thing happened earlier this week. An 11-year-old girl.
She falsely called the police, right?
She called the police and reported she saw somebody get kidnapped in a white van and taken away.
They arrested her right away. They wasn't.
Yeah, they arrested her later on that day.
They was not with the shit. They like, nope, we don't watch the news. You ain't Carlee Russell and us, man. Yeah, nah, it's sad. Mostly because she's smiling in the mugshots. It just shows me this isn't being taken probably as serious as it should be taken. And yeah, I think if I had a theory, she didn't think it all out. You know, like me and you, right?
Well, she was planning this. Like, they showed her Google's, like, she was thinking about it for some time.
Oh, no, I think she's that dumb.
So that's what I'm saying. I
think she had a plan. I just don't think it had an ending. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you, we going to plan it from A to B to C to D. I think she had A and B, and then she was like, hey, C going to come. C going to come, and it never did. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But, thoughts and prayers to everybody out there who really do have missing family members or people that they care about out there. And, you know, definitely hope that the resources that they need and the attention that they need can get to them and won't be judged by this Carlee Russell situation.
Youngins, don't prank call 911.
Yeah, they got too much work to do. They really do. Spec, have you heard? It's like the same rundown from last week. It's Carlee Russell and your boy Trump back in the news again. How they find more charges? They didn't hit your man Trump with more charges in the document case. You know why? Because like Carlee Russell, he ain't moving the smartest, bro. My man's moving like the Teflon Don for real. Like when he said, I can shoot someone in Times Square, it sounded like a joke, and I think he really just does believe it. Because for someone who talks so much shit, he is not trying to cover up anything. My man is on tape telling people,
look what I got. I could show you.
I should have classified it or declassified it, but I'm just going to show you anyway. You know what I'm saying? My man is crazy. And then this week got in trouble because he asked staffers at his Mar-a-Lago residence to destroy video evidence.
Surveillance.
So when they came the first time and came for they noticed the camera, right? And said, can we get the tapes on the camera? Yo, and they came out and said, yo, my man asked us to destroy it, bro. That is wild. And then they got the camera, they got the footage anyway. Yeah.
Because the IT people was like, nah.
Does he not know how like technology works in 2020? This is man. And still the front runner. And still.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. You can't make it up. Yeah, you can't make it up.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, but yeah,
and it makes no sense for him to stop his campaign because that's the reality. Is hypothetically speaking, the only thing that's gonna get him out of all of this is if he was to win. Because if he wins,
they won't ever indict a sitting president.
Well, not only that, but then he controls the justice. He controls the Justice Department. At that point, and he'll have the shit eradicated some way, somehow.
Let's go to the people who are in control of the Justice Department right now. Hunter Biden walked into court. Spec, have you heard? Thought he had a plea deal set up. Thought it was in and out. He had like a lunch date plan. You know what I'm saying? He's like, all right, we're going to come through. Because we've been in court before. We know how it goes down behind closed doors. People shake hands.
By the time you're there, it's all hashed out.
All hashed out. People done read it over. You know what I'm saying? Knew what they was coming into. And judge said, hold up. Hold up, Hunter Biden. What y'all want me to sign here? Y'all done gave the man immunity in cases that are being investigated right now. The judge asked, "Is that what this is saying?" The prosecutor said no. The defense then said, "Well, then this is null and void." Yo, she really said, "Is there any precedence to you know what I mean y'all being able to give someone such a sweetheart deal?" No.
He's like, "Would you ever give somebody else this?" No. Okay.
Yo. That's wild, though. It's very rare that a deal is worked out and then you get to court and it falls apart. So I don't know if the judge was like on some WWE shit, like, oh, I got a cliffhanger for that. They're not gonna see this Shawn Michaels kick to the chin. You know what I'm saying?
They probably had to have some extra wild shit in there that
they was trying to do the most.
That they was trying to squeeze in.
I mean, it's already wild. They're giving him misdemeanors for millions of dollars of tax evasion. Like
obviously he's getting the royal the presidential treatment.
Man, I don't even, yo. We have to talk about it. I feel like because if we're gonna talk about the Trump issue, I feel like to not pay attention to it is the Biden to not pay attention to the Biden shit. But y'all moving like the Biden crime family for real. Like
and positive news, he did acknowledge his 7th grandchild
Did he? How do you deny a grandchild like you not the father?
Well, the son was denying it, so the father's not gonna deny it either. I mean, Hunter wasn't.
So what was he saying? He was like, I got 6 grandkids. Right?
That's what it was before, 6 grandkids.
What did he do the different? What did
now he's I have 7 grandkids.
He came out and had a. Oh, okay. Poor Joe Biden got to remember their new number now. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Oh, you know what? I didn't even have it on my rundown, but Mitch McConnell. That was a little crazy this past week.
About that time.
Yeah, man. If you didn't see it, have you heard? Mitch McConnell was having a speech, and mid-speech just froze. Kind of looked like he felt.
It's not even froze. It's just he has something. Obviously, he has something going on.
Yeah. Cooperation and a string of.
Are you good, Mitch?
Okay, Mitch.
Just checking.
Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, he's 81 years old.
I heard an article from CNN that he fell a couple times this year already. I think he knew it was coming. If you watch it slowly, he's about to say another word, and
you probably can.
I think he could feel something coming. He was like, "If I keep talking, it's gonna sound crazy. Like, just stop."
Or he just can't talk no more. He probably has like dementia or some shit like that.
So these politicians are old. We're seeing it right in front of our face. You know what I'm saying? And
they be trying to hold on.
It's power, bro. It's addictive. Because that position is what, every 2 years they got to run for that.
Is it every 2? Yeah.
That's crazy.
No. Every 6, because the senators. So.
Is it representatives is every 2?
Yeah, one of them is every 2. The other one is every 6 years. So one of them is every 6 years. I don't remember which one it is.
Gotcha. Okay. But no, it's addictive. It's addiction to power. That you are defined by that role.
He's been in that role forever.
He's not even the House Speaker anymore, though. Because that's what the other.
He's not House Speaker anymore.
Yeah, but we just had to shine some light on it. Real quick, did you see what happened to Stephen A. Smith? Have you heard?
No.
He tweeted about Kim Kardashian. You see that one? So basically, Stephen A. Smith, he has First Take. You know, he's doing his thing over at ESPN, everything he's doing over there. But he also has another podcast, the Stephen A. Smith Show. He does that with FanDuel.
Right.
And he's able to talk about things outside of the sports realm. And, just he does the same thing we do. You know what I'm saying? He's a podcaster, and he knows he has to get attention to his podcast. So he tweets out sometimes vague, tweets that make people like, what is Steven talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Let me click on the hyperlink and see where it's going to. And this one was just a little extra. He tweeted the words, "Is Kim Kardashian a prostitute?" Followed up by, "Is Kris Jenner a pimp?"
Oh, okay.
And he caught immediate backlash, right? Even when Patrick Beverly is telling you wilding, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be wilding. But Patrick Beverly did respond and say, "Not cool. She has kids. Should not be the title or the topic."
Did he elaborate on why he even said that?
He did.
Okay.
But it was too late by that point.
What the fuck
So I'll give you the background of it. Candace Owens had a conversation where she did say that about Kim Kardashian and mom Kris Jenner. And he is talking about the Candace Owens conversation in the podcast. But his tweet was too vague. It looked like it was his own opinion.
Right.
It's from his own account. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like...
I think he knew what he was doing.
That it would cause a stir.
It's gonna be... That's salacious.
But then, I guess when he started getting the backlash, his follow-up tweet was, "Candace Owens seems to think that to be the case at least."
Stephen A., he's smart. He knew exactly what he was... He knew what he was doing.
He knew cause a stir?
Shit. Yep.
But why do that to Kim, man? I'm not caping up for Kim, but...
Because Stephen A., he knows his... Like, I realize... and this is like Stephen A. Like he's a personality, and so
he's been in the media forever,
right? Yeah. So he plays a role essentially, and so he knew what this was going to cause. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah. Even though there was backlash, it's not real. I mean, it's traffic to his show. It's traffic to whatever it is that he's pushing. So he knows what he was doing.
I feel a lesser person with a job at Disney might face repercussions for that, but because of who Stephen A. Smith is, the amount of money that he brings in. Because this is outside of his ESPN job. Mm-hmm. So, but people know him for his ESPN job. I don't know if... I'm trying to think of another one. Ryan Clark might be able to get away with it. Ryan Clark's pretty big nowadays. But, we'll even say, one of... You know what show's been on? Around the Horn. If the host of Around the Horn...
You're saying that if they did it, they'd get fired?
I think they'd face a little, maybe a little break. You have to take, a couple weeks off, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very... It could be seen as being misogynistic. I get what he's saying because he explained it, but I also can see how that could come across as being very misogynistic because she is a pretty successful woman, nowadays, and to reduce her to being a prostitute and her mom being a pimp is Ray J levels of Kim Kardashian bashing, you know what I mean? So, but I do think if there's anyone powerful enough to play that game where he knows most people are going to react before they do the research, it is Stephen A. Smith, and he may be allowed to get away with it. So I would be tight if that was my family member, though.
Oh, for sure.
He did apologize, too. His apology was weird, too. He said he actually apologized to Patrick Beverly also. He wrote, clerical error, bro. You're absolutely right. That is being corrected right now as we speak. And for the record, I don't think that at Kim Kardashian that way, nor would I ever speak of her or any woman that way, which I've stated. That's for checking that issue. Yeah. It's real easy to hit send, right? You got to do the Herm Edwards, you know what I mean? Don't hit send, man. Before we get out of this segment, Spec, couple sports just headlines. Your man Saquon Barkley. A lot of people got paid this week, you know what I mean? And Saquon Barkley hit that $11 million, for the next year. Got that franchise. Got franchised by the Giants, which was, interesting for about a day until your man Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics came with a 5-year.
I thought that was fake news when I was like, what?
Supermax, bro. So it made him the highest paid player, right, in the league. But he's not even the best player on his team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just nuts. But they just got the money to spend. They just got the
there's the TV contract money that, every year
it bumps up.
And so your player salaries get affected by that.
Someone who could possibly buy a television station if he were to take the offer was your man Kylian Mbappe. You familiar with the soccer player? He's like the most famous soccer player in the world. The French dude. The black dude, you didn't hear about him this week?
The dude, that got the Billy?
They offered him $1 billion. He turned it down. Because, he don't want to go play for them.
Man.
They said they offered Al Hilal, they offered him $221 million annual salary. It was worth up to $776 million, plus probably other perks as well. And now he turned it down. He's the second person to turn big name that they offered a ton of money to that turned him down. Because Messi just came to Miami.
Right.
Yeah, so they throwing money out there. They not, the soccer players ain't backing down like the PGA. Soccer players don't want that Saudi money. You got to go play out there, though. It's hot. They probably not. I don't know. Something's keeping them away. They don't.
No. I mean, it's Saudis. I mean, if you have to go over there, they just live differently.
You probably don't feel comfortable taking that much money, from one group of people.
They
hold this over your head now. You know what I'm saying?
Now I owe them, man. I'm gonna go. I'll never make it back.
Ronaldo had to do a whole parade just to, you know what I'm saying, come in town. So it's like, they need you for a parent. I don't know.
We're gonna pay you, but
you gotta have to do work. Yeah, we ain't getting that type of money for just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he's gonna get his money obviously one way or the other. But yeah, I seen that headline. I was like, damn, bro. And then the fact he turned it down, I was just like, shit. But yeah, shout out to all the players out there getting that money.
Get that paper.
You know, switch it up right now to my favorite segment, man. Things I seen on the internet. All right. So Khaled's bodyguard just couldn't keep up. Wow. He fell again right
Why
there.
Why they running?
I think he's just running off the stage. It looks like his concert was done. Hold on, I think they got sound. Hold on, what's this angle?
Oh, Lord.
You should have just walked off. Like, why is he running after? I'll be like, yo, fam, why you run? Why you making my job hard? He was just doing too much. He thought he was too athletic than he really was. That's what happens, man. Enough cameras is around. You will go viral. I can't even see what that says for me. To be honest with you. My vision is not what it used to be, though. Oh, okay.
In the UK refused to walk over pride flag.
Horses in the UK refused to walk over the pride flag. Let's see. Oh. Let's see what's going on here.
I don't like the colour. I don't like the colour. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
They said pause. Pause.
That is hilarious.
Pause.
Wow.
Mounted police force.
You ran over him, man.
I don't like the colour.
Yeah, I was watching like some like UFO, like, you know, extraterrestrial activity, and they had horses, and that's how the horses was acting when like they seen like certain energy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, nah, we ain't going. Niggas looked at the rainbow and said, nah, we not with the shit.
I'll keep that shit.
Mounted police force. Oh. I don't like the colour. I don't like the colour.
He said, nah, no.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
That's what it is.
Bro, I'm a huge fan, bro. Can I please get a pic, bro?
Yeah.
Please, bro. Thank you. All right. You got it?
Yeah.
One more. Take one more.
He kept throwing up.
Good. Yeah. Come on, still get that big. I'm a real blood, so you can throw up blood too.
You heard him? He said, yo, you throw it up, I'm real blood. He said we ain't doing all that.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, bro. All right, OG.
That's why you can't even be nice, bro. If this happened on the plane, are you following Shorty, or are you just gonna stay on the flight?
But what's happening?
That's what everybody wants to know.
Oh, okay.
What? I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
There's everybody turned around.
And there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Not real.
And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Are you letting her go, or are you like, yo, she might see something we don't see? You know what I couldn't tell? I was like, was she like, is her boyfriend? Is she talking about her boyfriend? That's why I was like, is this nigga just not real? I was so lost, bro.
Boy in these streets.
I hear you, bro. Yo, Spec, man, it's another episode in the books. Thank you for coming through, my brother. Yeah, man. Been a long day. It's been a long week, and I hope y'all enjoyed the Perfect Talk podcast. Spec, thank you for coming through.
Sir.
And we just gonna keep doing what we do over here, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Keep rocking with the team. Keep supporting us, and we up out of here.
Peace, people.
Peace.